What's up, y'all? Stevie J here, Beyond the Details. This video is going to be a little different. I apologize if the video audio quality might not be up to par. I misplaced my three SD cards for my camera, so I'm actually recording this on my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I wanted to touch on something. Just from looking at the genre, looking at all the prison channels specifically, which is what this video is about, it just seems to me that everybody's a gangster. Everybody, was living that life as a kid. They did X amount of years in there. It was nothing. They got out, bomb, bomb. So I really want to make a video to touch on someone who isn't a lifelong criminal, who didn't go through these juvenile programs and houses, who had a stable family, who did well in school, played sports. So I just thought, let me make a video on not someone who didn't have all these obstacles, who made bad decisions, who end up going to jail and then end up doing 5 years and 3 weeks in prison. So the first thing we're going to touch on is when you first get arrested. I'm going to try to do more videos on this to explain what I did, break down, going to court, prison, what prison was like. But we're going to start here because this is our introduction to my life as far as, this portion that I'm sharing with you guys, right? So the first thing, you get arrested. You go in the back of the police van. I'm only speaking of Palm Beach County. I got arrested in Boca Raton. So I went in the back of the police van in Boca Raton. They took me to a small police station. And then from there, I had to wait for the sheriff, the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, who runs the Palm Beach County Jail. Had to wait for them to pick me up, which took hours. And then I went to the county jail. So when you get to the county jail, a lot of them are similar. You're going to go into a bay that normally is going to have a garage type door that's either chained or however. Obviously, this is just one sheriff or police department that I'm speaking on. So as soon as you go in there, you're going to wait in the car a little bit. Whoever transported you, they're going to small talk you, really try to get information out of you in the vehicle. So then once you get there, you're going to go into a bay. This is Palm Beach County. So you'll walk in and you'll go in a bay, which traditionally just be yourself, unless they happen to just pick up one, two, three, four, other, whatever amount of people at the time. So from there, you're going to be sitting there to think about how you ruined your life. Unless you did something petty, it's just not a big deal. From after that, they're going to call you into a separate room that's going to have like a computer, a camera, a backboard, however they do it in your jurisdiction. In Palm Beach, they're going to have you take a picture facing forward, facing the left, facing the right, get your height. Any type of, if you have a lot of tattoos like myself, they'll take photos of your tattoos, etc., etc. After that process, you'll go into a holding cell. Palm Beach has a numerous amounts of them. They have some single ones if you act up, and then they have two or three, I can't remember now, but they had two or three larger holding cells that'll have 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever amount of people in there, and then you'll have a phone. That is the free phone. That phone you can use to call family, to try to get bail, to bond out, etc., etc. That's why they have it there. Um, and it can get tricky because there was only one or two phones, I believe just one, and depending on what the people that you're in there with, if they're going to be rowdy, like you're not using the phone, which means I gotta call you're not using the phone. So then you gotta decide, where you want to take that to get the level. One main advice I give: don't look weak, don't cry, stand your ground, don't let anyone push, especially if you're going to be looking at doing weeks, months, or years. You'll be in this holding cell for 12 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours, 40 hours. It really depends on how packed or how unpacked the jail is. So after hours and hours and hours go by, they're gonna call you. You're gonna go. They'll open the gate because it's a gate, like when you see the prison shows where they slam the gate, right? It's one of those with bars. They open it up. They'll call specific people by name. You come out. Then this is the part where you do your fingerprints. Um, I do believe at this point you also do your medical evaluation. Nothing serious. They'll ask you some questions that they might take saliva. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember, but I know it's a brief medical evaluation. Asks you if you want to get tested for AIDS, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, the fingerprints do that. Um, they'll classify you also at this point, ask you questions. You're not being classified right this second, but they're getting information because they will classify you once you go back into that holding cell, right? And then you'll find out if you have a bond. This is the point where you'll find out if you have a bond, what the amount is, or if you have no bond. Bond in the state of Florida, which is almost every other state, is 10%. So if your bond is 10,000, you need 1,000. You go to a bondsman, they'll get you out. Very simple. You go back in the holding cell, they'll feed you. Palm Beach, they give you a bologna sandwich, some crackers, and a bag juice. I don't know if you know what a bag juice. It's literally in a clear bag, and you have juice, and you bite it, and you whatever, and that's what they feed you. Again, this entire time, your main focus is to try to get a bond, because you don't want to go upstairs. Well, I mean, you might want to go upstairs if you know you're not going to get bonded out anytime soon, or if you know you're not going to get bonded out for 2, 3 days, because you want to get up there where you can, have your own bunk. And if they're not full, you'll be in a float. A float's going to be like a bed on the floor, basically. But you want to get up there to, to get it situated right. If you don't get bonded out, then it's time to go upstairs. So what happens when you go upstairs? I mean, again, in your jail, it might just be next door. It might be 2 doors down. In Palm Beach County, it's like 12, 13 floors. It's a really tall building. So when I mean upstairs, I literally do mean upstairs. So you go, they'll give you, you don't keep your shoes anymore. You used to. A lot of people were getting jumped, beat up for their shoes. So they stop. They give you like the Jet Li type shoes, right? So they take your clothes. From there, they're going to put your clothes in a bag, document all your things you have, and they're going to store it however they store it. So then you'll go up. You're going to take a shower. At this point, you're going to get naked. It's not as bad as prison where you have to squat and cough. Let me rewind. They also have a machine that you stand that reads the inside of your body. So if you have cigarettes, or if you have drugs, or if you have something you're not supposed to have, they're going to know about it. That is an important thing I almost forgot about. But anyway, once you get up, like I said, they're going to take your clothes. They're going to give you state clothes, which in the jail is blues also, just like in prison. These are just more of like a dark blue in Palm Beach County Jail. Um, they do give you a bracelet that's going to have your photo. It's going to be blue, green, or red. Blue is like the low custody guys. I didn't get to go with them guys, like the petty stuff. The green is felons, right? Red is like violent offenders, and then they also have yellow. Yellow is going to be a transfer from prison. That's another story. That's not that important. But technically, you have three colors. You have four, but for this video, you only have three. You have blue, green, red. So blue is the least, green is the second, red is the highest. But blue and green, I mean red and green, they're going to stuff them in the same. You're going to be if you have a burglary or broke into a car, you're going to be in the same jail cell as someone that committed murder. So again, that's kind of soft sidetrack. Sorry. You're going up there, they're going to give you your blues, you're going to take a shower. Then when you get out of the shower, they're going to ask you to, look on your body cavities and whatnot, look around. Again, they have the machine, so you're not going to have to squat and cough. I'm not sure if they give you powder at this point, but I do know they're going to give you soap, toothbrush, toothpaste. Um, I don't want to lie. I think that's it with the blues. I don't know if you get numerous uniforms at this point. I don't believe so. Then you go upstairs. Once you get upstairs, this is also a holding cell. You are going to have your own bunks. You're going to have your own area, but it's not your permanent cell. In this cell in Palm Beach County, they also have several phones, like say 4 to 6 phones, and they're free. You're not being charged for this. This holding cell, you're going to be there for between a week or two, and that's to get classified until you get to your main portion. Palm Beach County only has two jails. They have the Gun Club, which has a west, east, and a south side. Then you have the Belgrade jail. So after you're in this area for a week or two, then you get classified to go to wherever you're going to get going. So your main point here also is to try to get a bond. If you have no bond, traditionally the next day, they typically do this 7 days a week in Palm Beach now. Used to be just Monday through Friday. Now they do it through the weekend, uh, unless it's a holiday, obviously, where you do first appearance. First appearance is basically that's basically you're gonna go downstairs again. You're gonna go in a certain section of the jail, and they're going to give you either a bond. Say you have a bond, and you just get your first. Say you have a public intoxication. You'll go there. You'll have a public defender 99.99% of the time, unless you're a big shot. Your public defender is going to be there. You're going to go see a judge who you'll never probably see again. That's not going to be a judge that's going to handle your case. The judge might say you're ORR, meaning that you're just going to sign a piece of paper and you can leave. After you get back up, they're going to call you out. You just don't walk out there, but it means you don't have to pay anything for a bond, or they're going to say your bond is 5,000. What do you plead? And you're going to plead not guilty, and et cetera, et cetera. That's it. And pretty much that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the first portion of these videos that I want to put out, as far as, never being in trouble, doing well in school, playing sports, to get in trouble, going to jail, going to court, then going to prison, then different stories that I've seen in prison. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is, like, again, this is the first entry. Um, hey, if there's any more people that want to learn, so that's it. I mean, that is the first entry, as far as someone who never been in trouble, didn't go to juvenile programs, did well in school, played sports, and then in his 20s made some really bad decisions to end up going and doing 5 years and 2 or 3 weeks in prison, which is what happened to me. So I'll be touching on the jail experience, different things that I've seen in there, the sheriffs, the correctional facilities, the prisons. I did 3 months in confinement, so we'll touch on that in the future. To me going to work release, to how that worked, to getting out and now operating and making over $100,000 a year. And I've been out since October 14th, 2017. So this is going to be my 6th year, but it's 5 years in a month. Anyways, I'm blabbing. Hope you guys enjoyed. There's more to come. Again, hopefully the quality's fine. I need to buy some more SD cards, and we'll go from there. It's been a pleasure. Holla at your boy. Peace.